But still, it was a very organic, slow burn. It wasn't like this really fast pop where people were showing up like throwing money at me.
Yeah.
So I think people see that today. They're like, man, you're so lucky to be on the beach and people pay you to get in the water.
But that's like everything, right? Like
Totally.
no one sees,
Totally.
it's the classic like, oh, overnight success, but
For sure.
Yeah. No one sees the past and what it took to get there.
Right. And
Yeah.
I don't have any good advice for that except for whatever you're passionate about, do that because you're
Yeah.
going to be good at that.
Well, and I always tell people too, if you're doing something you're happy with and you're not making any money, at least you're happy.
Sure.
Right? Like, and eventually if you keep doing that, you're going to figure out a way to make some money out of it. But
Totally.
Or you could just be miserable, and have money. So you kind of pick which route you want to go.
So, and that's very true. And I think seeing the latter of the people that are miserable, it's tough to watch because they have a very easy option, I think, to go a different path, but it's vulnerable to do so. And I've always stepped into that vulnerable space most of my life when I have the opportunity to. And I think more because I'm like a nonconformist. I'm not the kind of guy that would be a good employee.
Yeah.
Like I march by the beat of my own drum. I'm very individual in a lot of ways. So I see people like that, and I get to work with those people every week, which I love because I think for like one small window per week,
That's
it.
Yep.
And they're there and they're childlike, they're having fun, they're expressing themselves, they're overcoming fear. And it's like I see these people in a very humanizing, like leveling way where at work they're the CEO or they're the ones that are intimidating you as the employee.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to get back to the fear in a
Yeah.
bit, but how did SMOG grow from LA to now? How many cities are you in?
We've got 8 going on 11, which sounds
Okay.
crazy to launch
So
3.
Can you name them all off? Or
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
like
So
children
I'll-
that you forget their name?
No. Yeah, no, we only have one child, so I can
Okay.
name our baby Sophia. But so in order, we did LA, and then after year 3, we launched San Francisco. And that was a happy accident because the woman Megan I mentioned to you, she moved to San Francisco, which was really emotional. She was a really big piece of the group and the energy and the enthusiasm in the group. She moved and she's like, I want to start a SMOG in San Francisco. And at that point, I hadn't even thought about trying to like create any like standardization to this where we can franchise or branch out. So I was like, okay, go for it. And I'd coached her at that point for 3 years. I was confident she knew my methodology, the general feel of SMOG. She launched that. The third group was SMOG in San Diego because I moved down to San Diego to be with my wife. After that, it kind of picked up steam, and then the doors just sort of opening quickly. In the past year, it's been like boom, 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 like hard to keep up. The fourth one was SMOG in Maine, in Portland, Maine, believe it or not.
So random.
Which is random and so rad. It's a burly, small group of like really cold water swimmers. They've got an island off of their swim spot there. They swim out to the island and have coffee.
Awesome.
It's super cool. Fifth was SMOG in Hawaii, in Oahu. Sixth was SMOG in Sierra Nevadas. They do Lake Tahoe and Jenkinson Lake. They alternate. Seventh was... I'm blanking now. Seventh was SMOG in... Oh, what was next?
I jinxed you.
Yeah, Austin was next. Mexico City's coming up. Kona's coming up.
Mexico City?
Yeah.
Who's doing Mexico City?
This triathlete friend of mine
That's
who's
awesome.
a total stud. It's going to be awesome.
Okay.
And Kona's going to be awesome.
Yep.
We're launching Miami as well. And I'm missing one in there, which I feel really bad, whoever I'm missing there. So there'll
Orange
be
County.
Orange County. Oh, yeah, I'm the leader of that. So, yeah, so Orange County was one of the more recent ones. as
Okay.
well. Yeah.
So what's your process for setting these up? I know you said the first one was like accident. Now you have it formalized, or is
Yeah,
it?
so I've created an online course that I have not released yet called Open Water Mastery. And within that, I've created a template for how to train my coaches, like how to mentor the coaches in a way where it's a bit standardized, but a bit where I allow total freedom for you to create the group the way you want to. So if you can imagine, like the vetting process for me is the hardest part. It's like, I need to know that you want to create a community. You're not there for the money. You're not there for anything beyond like wanting to connect people and like truly help people. Because I think out of like the pillars that are SMOG, like the third and least important pillar is the swimming component, which sounds crazy, but we just happen to swim.
Yep.
But the group is all about community, service, and then swimming. So it takes us a very special person, not a special swimmer necessarily, or a coach for that matter, a person that has that ability to communicate and to like be a strong leader in a way where people feel welcomed and really like inclusive. That is like the bread and butter of SMOG.